10 to 13, then you need to answer the questions through 40. Okay, that's great. And you may type it, or you may write it in a paper and send it to me. So I will take it and I will measure your IELTS score. That's great.
Okay.
This is for reading, right? And then next for the writing. Here we go. This is the writing that we have. So will you take IELTS academic or general training? Which IELTS that you plan to take? Okay.
Academic.
Oh, that's good.
Same as Grace too.
Okay. That's that you need to work with. You need to accomplish this one. 150, right? 150 word for this one. Okay. You need to accomplish this one, 150 word. I just write it here. Okay, 150. You need to describe them. You may type it or you may write it. It's up to you then. Next.
I'm doing actually, I've chosen to do the computer-based one.
Okay, then we will have a computer then. No worries.
Yeah.
Then this one. And then here we go. This is for writing task 2. So you need to answer this question and please complete them. Write 250 words as the minimum requirement. Okay, you need to complete this one, 250. And this one, 150.
150 words.
Yes, that's great. So write it. You may type it. Better you type it because you want to take computer 1, right?
Yeah.
So better you type it and send it to me, then I will mark it. Okay?
Okay.
And then for the speaking. Okay, for the speaking, I will send you questions and your task is to answer the questions. Right?
Or you directly.
Yes. Or I will ask you the questions. You have a time now for the following 15 minutes. Then I will ask you some questions.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So let's start it now. I'm going to measure you speaking, right?
Okay.
Well, for a while. So give me some time to do so. I'm going to record this and you will watch your performance then and see which area that you need to improve, right? Okay, let's start it now, Faye.
Okay.
Wait. And now let's talk about your activity. So please tell me, so what kind of activity that you do when you have a free time?
All right, so when I have a free time, I love running. I also love going out for walks, for hikings, meet some friends for dinner, lunch, and just to hang out with them. I also enjoy getting a little time to myself, just to relax, because where I work, it's quite busy.
Okay.
So I do enjoy having time to myself.
Okay, thank you. So 2 or 3 sentences, 2 or 3 responses are okay. Okay, you don't need to be too detailed because this is only speaking part 1. I will show you some kind of question in speaking part 1.
Okay.
This is the type of questions. This is the type of the question. So the examiner will ask you some kinds of question here, then you need to respond it. 2 or 3 sentences are okay. Okay. So this is the questions.
As you like, if you answer question.
Yeah.
Like short answer, or we need to actually talk more?
No, you just short answer.
Okay.
2 or 3 reasons, like what you have done previously, right? So there, let me ask you this kind of question. Huh? So do you read newspapers or magazines?
Well, me, Fernanda, actually none of them, to be very honest. I'm more into research in a computer.
Okay, that's great. And then, so do you prefer to read a news online or a physical newspaper?
I prefer read news online.
Give a reason.
Because I find easier to just, like analyze topics that I like online rather than reading in newspaper.
Okay, thank you. And then this one, so what kind of news do you like to read about?
I love researching or read news about children's development, sports, or nutrition. This is the things that I'm really into it.
Okay, thank you very much. And so do you read comics in a newspaper or magazines?
No, I don't usually, because I'm very busy and I usually don't have time to do it.
Okay, thank you very much. This is questions types for speaking part 1. If you see, your task is only to give short answer. Okay, now let's move on to, I will send you the link later on. Let's move on to speaking part 2. Okay. And in speaking part 2, Faye, so what you need to do is that you need to describe this within 1 to 2 minutes. Please do not stop before you are being interrupted. You need to describe this. Tell them about who he or she is. So what she is like, how you got in contact, and explain how you feel about it.
Okay.
So you need to combine them into 2-minute talk.
So then you're going to tell me when I can stop.
Yes. You will be interrupted. Then I will interrupt you when the time comes, right?
Okay.
And now you have a 1 minute to prepare your response. That could
All right. When I have that minute, can I write things or no?
Yes, you write it. Feel free for 1 minute, yeah? Starting now, okay?
Okay.
Can we start?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So for the 1 minute to go, let's start it. Prepare it now. Okay, time is over. Now it is time for you to start speaking. Then you have a 2 minutes to talk. Do not stop before you are being interrupted. So let's start it now, Faye.
Okay. So my friend is a girl who I grew up with in Brazil. Her name is Camila, and we used to be very close back in the days. However, we lost contact as the years passed. She lives in Brazil, and she used to know all my family. We used to hang out together in Brazil. My friends, they all knew her too. And she used to know everything about my life. I got nervous. And then as I moved to Australia, we kind of started to lose contact. And then right now we don't speak much at all. Last week, she actually messaged me saying that unfortunately she had an accident, and then she was just letting me know the things that happened with her. And then I said to her, okay, look, let's FaceTime, and then I'd love to know what happened to you. And then she calls me, and then we had a big chat, and then she told me that she was playing in the swimming pool, and then she just fell down in there, hurting herself and going to the hospital. Then we kept more contact since then, and we have been talking every day since that day. I felt very, very happy about it because she was a very close friend of mine, and I really love her as she's my childhood friend. I would love to see her.
Okay, thank you very much. This is the examples, and you did it best. Thank you very much. And now let's move on to speaking part 3.
Okay.
Because you need to speak a little bit longer. So this is the kind of questions for speaking part 3 that I will show it to you, right? So wait.
I got nervous. I need to work that on me because I'm mental. It's so hard.
So yes, you don't need to worry, then you get used to them, right? So okay, there, here we go. And this is question types for speaking part 3. Wait. So in speaking part 3, if you see here.
Yeah.
So this is speaking part 3. So you need to talk about people in general. It's not about you again, but you need to talk about people in general. So now let's talk about.
But what means two-way questions?
Yes, two-way question. It means that I'm asking you, you answer, then we're going to have some discussion. This is what we call two-way questions, right? There will be more discussion between you and I.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. And now let's start it with question number 1.
Okay.
So do people in your country like to make a new friends?
Yes, definitely. In Brazil, people are very friendly and they love making new friends. For example, when you go out, it's more likely that people go and talk to you even though they don't know you. Okay. So it's very common in Brazil that people, like to make friends easily.
Okay, that's great. So it works for children as well?
Sorry?
So do you think that the way children make a new friend will be the same as the adults in your country?
In Brazil,
yes.
There are two things actually to discuss. Friends children, they usually make friends very easily. However, there are children that, same as here in Australia, they are more, they don't like to talk much. They don't like to make friends as, as the same as other people. And for them, it's harder to, talk in public maybe.
Okay, thank you very much. Now let's move on to questions number 2. So in your country, how do people make friends? This is asking you about how. It means that can be through social media.
I guess like children in general, they make friends through school, or like where they live. And then like adults, they usually go out, go in pubs, go to clubs, or like at work.
Okay, thank you very much. And now let's move on to the next question, right? Is it weird to contact old friends?
This depends on the relationship that you used to have with the person. If you had like a kind of strong bond relationship with the person, I think it's not weird. But then if you're not talking to that person for a long time, I do think it's weird.
Okay, that's great. So here's an example. you have a very good responses, but need more development. Because in the speaking part 3, you need to give a reason why you say so. Yes, you need to give a reason, and you need to give an example. So let's say if you have an old friends that you had a strong bond relationship in the past, then you need to discuss it. You need to tell
more about it.
Yes, more about it.
But
okay.
Would you ask more, or do I need to talk, you know,
so
like
you need to talk more. Better you need to talk before you are being asked.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. Now let's move on to questions number 4. And then, so do you think it is necessary to preserve all relations?
Yeah, if you are like good relationships where you feel good energy about it, yes, I do think it's important to keep, you know, like old relations. But if it's people that bring negativity to your life, then it's better to, you know, like maybe be away from that relationship.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Okay, questions number 5. Okay. And then how can people maintain their relationship with their friends they have had for a long time?
I guess it's a both. That needs to be a commitment from both sides. Because relationship, we need to work, you know, like together to keep connected. So, for example, if I do things to my friend, it's not that I expect things back, but you need to have that commitment from the person, you know, like being there for you when you need it to. Now I can hear you.
So this is an example of for speaking part 1, 2, and 3. In a early exam, examiner will ask you some kinds of questions, okay? So I think you have no problem dealing with speaking. So you have, I personally have the same level as Grace. I think you have no problem with this one. But I don't know for your listening, reading, and also for your writing.
How do you think would be my score for listening, for speaking?
For speaking is good because you live in a speaking English country.
Yeah, but I get shy.
So you don't need to worry. You don't need to worry, Fernanda. So like I told you, you have the same level English proficiency like Grace has.
Do they expect more as I will be doing the academic one?
No.
Because the general one, they speaking is actually the same, isn't it?
Yeah, they speak the same level. The same question.
Yeah.
So, may I know your desired score? Your targeted score?
Okay.
May I know?
My score that I'm aiming. Look, I just need 6. However, I'm aiming for 8.
Okay.
Because then that would be great for me for my visa.
Okay, good. Good. This is that we need to work with them.
So we need to work very hard, please.
Is it okay if I give you more homework?
To give more homework?
Yes.
Yes, please. I need to study. Yeah. And my test is on the 11th.
Yeah.
So I don't have, you know, like a lot of time left.
Yes. So because we don't need to rely too much on Zoom because we only, yes, better I give you more homework, like a writing, and I will send it to you. You send it to me, then I will give you some feedback, and we have more discussion through Telegram. So like this is what I saw to you. Okay, let me show you this one. Later on, I would like to also ask you to visit some kind of website. This that you may visit.
I was actually, because I had time this weekend to study, and then I ended up signing you know, like free website, and I was doing some, you know, like exercise through that website.
Yeah, okay, this is a very good website. This is close to the real one. Okay,
Which
but
one?
for the listening and reading. So let's say move on to reading. I click.
I can't see actually. I'm just seeing, I just can see the Zoom.
Oh, there we go. So this is, what did you see?
Mini IELTS.
That's correct. This is the one that you need to use, okay? So you need, yeah, which one do you, I will send you the link, okay?
Okay, thank you,
We'll send you the link. Okay. So I want you to visit this one. This is the way that I will send you. Visit reading thing.
Okay.
Okay. So which one that you want to work with? So let me show you with this one. So take the test. Here it is. Okay. Okay. On your left screen, this is the reading. Then you can scroll up and down. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is for the question. Okay.
Do you have like tips in terms of, you know, like how to actually, you know, like read the text and everything?
Yes.
Because it's so hard. I find so hard to, it's so like, it's massive. You got so many things to read. And if you don't, you know, like get the tips and the tricks,
yes,
you ended up not having enough time to do the things.
Yes, you don't worry. Yes. So it seems like a little bit weird, right? Because we have more things to find out here. So, but you don't need to worry. I will give you the tips and also the trick. Okay. So then you can work with this one, okay? You submit it. Let's say you answer the question, you submit it, right? Submit this one. And you go with this one. The answer is science for number 1. How to figure out, just click it down, the tumble, locate, and we'll show you here. Okay, that's great, right? And then here we go, the answer is science. And here we go.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
That helps a lot.
Yeah, you need to get used to working with this one. Yeah, this is your homework. Find out and work with every day if you are free. Then I will teach you how to figure out the best answer, but you need to get used to it with some exercise here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something like for us, even Grace too, is not as hard because we used to read a lot at uni.
Yeah.
However, it is tricky because at IELTS, we have time to answer things.
Yes, yes, you will have the time to answer this. So you don't need to worry for this one, right? And also I will show you listening.
Okay.
The listening, right? This is the listening section. Play it.
Excuse me. I wonder if you'd have the time to take part in some... Oh, okay then, as long as it's quick.
Okay, then you may answer it. Okay, and click it down here. And see the correct answer. The correct answer for number 1 is accountant. The location here, you can see here's the location. Okay, and this is if you want to play or listen the sound.
Well, I'm an accountant, but I'm between jobs at the moment. I understand. But that's the job I'll put down on the form. And would you mind my asking which age group you fall into? Below 30? And what do you do for a living? Well, I'm an accountant, but...
Okay.
All right, so then can we answer below 30s or no?
Yes, you can answer, right?
All right.
Okay, that's great. So you need to work with this one, the exercise, because you only have a short amount of time. You will be on the test day on 11, right?
Yeah.
11 February, right? So that's they need to work with. That's great. So do you have any questions before we start the class tomorrow? So let me know.
No, I'm okay, actually.